Welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of my favorite topics, horror movies. But not just any horror movies. We're exploring allegedly cursed horror movies and what earned them such a chilling reputation. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Rosemary's Baby, directed by Roman Polanski, tells the story of Rosemary Woodhouse, a young woman who moves into a New York City apartment with her husband, Guy. Soon the couple becomes entangled with their strange and overly intrusive neighbors. Rosemary discovers she's pregnant, but her joy quickly turns into dread as her pregnancy is plagued by mysterious illnesses, paranoia, and increasingly sinister events. As her suspicions grow, she realizes her husband has made a dark pact, and her unborn child is at the center of a satanic conspiracy. I've heard plenty of warnings from friends and family about watching this film, but one night, I decided to see what all the fuss was about. The movie is undeniably brilliant, and the haunting title song instantly sets a tone of dread. But as I watched, I couldn't understand what made people label the film as cursed. Just as I was concluding that there was nothing to be worried about, I heard a knock at my door. It was my mother, looking exhausted and stressed. She explained that her house had experienced a sudden plumbing issue, causing her bedroom to flood. She couldn't stop the water for a while and had to come over after cleaning up the mess to stay the night and use my shower. It was the first time anything like that had ever happened in her home, and months later, nothing similar has occurred again. It was most definitely a coincidence, I told myself, but it got me curious. I decided to dive deeper into the backstory of why this movie is considered cursed, and that's how this video was born. Roman Polanski married Sharon Tate in 1968, but their relationship was riddled with rumors of infidelity and controversy. Polanski was said to be controlling, while Tate was reportedly infatuated with him. Later in their year of marriage, Sharon became pregnant with their child. Tragically, on August 9, 1969, Tate was murdered, along with 4 others in their shared home. The perpetrators were members of the Manson family, a cult whose goal was to ignite a race war and frame the murders on African Americans. Another strange coincidence involves the Manson family's infamous Helter Skelter movement, named after a Beatles song. Oddly enough, Mia Farrow, the lead actress in Rosemary's Baby, had been with the Beatles in India during the recording of that very song. The parallels between the film and real-life events are unsettling to say the least. Both Rosemary and Sharon Tate were pregnant and experienced tragic circumstances. The connections between the Beatles, Mia Farrow, and the Manson family create an eerie sense of fate, almost like a real-life Final Destination scenario. The Poltergeist trilogy follows the Freeling family and their youngest daughter, Carol Ann, as they face relentless supernatural terror. In the first film, the family's home is haunted by vengeful spirits, culminating in Carol Ann's abduction into another dimension. They discover their house was built on a desecrated cemetery and fight to rescue her with the help of a medium, Tangina Barons. In the second film, the Freelings confront the malevolent spirit of Reverend Henry Kane, a cult leader whose buried followers are linked to their haunting. Guided by a Native American shaman, they venture into the spirit world to defeat Kane. In the third installment, Carol Ann moves to a high-rise with her aunt and uncle, but Kane returns, using reflective services to terrorize her. Once again, her family must confront his evil to save her, culminating in a final battle in a mirrored dimension. Across all 3 films, the family's love and resilience are tested as they endure a relentless cycle of supernatural threats. The franchise is infamous for a supposed curse, as 4 cast members met untimely deaths under tragic circumstances. The first was Dominique Dune, who played the older sister, Dana Freeling. Dune was in a relationship with John Thomas Sweeney, and the two moved in together shortly after meeting. Sweeney was possessive and jealous, which ultimately led to the breakdown of their relationship. On October 30th, 1982, Sweeney strangled Dune in her driveway, tragically ending her life at the age of 22. Heather O'Rourke, the young star of the trilogy, also faced an unfortunate fate. On February 1st, 1988, O'Rourke underwent emergency surgery to remove an acute bowel obstruction. She passed away shortly afterward due to septic shock and cardiac arrest. Misdiagnosed earlier in her life, doctors failed to detect her Crohn's disease in time, leading to her untimely death at the age of 12. O'Rourke is remembered as the face and voice of the franchise, delivering the iconic voice line, "They're here," while standing in front of the television. Two additional cast members associated with the franchise also died tragically. Julian Beck, who played the Reverend Henry Kane in Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, was diagnosed with stomach cancer before filming began. Despite his illness, Beck completed his role, and his skeletal appearance added an eerie realism to the character. He passed away on September 14th, 1985, 2 years after his diagnosis. Will Sampson, who portrayed a Native American shaman in Poltergeist 2, was known for his gentle nature and towering 6-foot 7-inch frame. Sampson suffered from a chronic degenerative condition and underwent a last resort operation. Unfortunately, he passed away due to kidney failure on June 3rd, 1987, following the surgery. A quick and morbid Easter egg about the Poltergeist films is that the human skeleton props used on set weren't made of plastic. The prop designers opted to use real human cadavers, as they were more cost-effective than creating replicas. The final film on this list needs no introduction. Watching The Omen evokes a deep sense of unease, heightened by the real-life tragedies and eerie incidents experienced by its cast and crew. One of the most harrowing events involved Liz Moore, assistant to John Richardson, the special effects designer. While traveling to the Netherlands for filming, the pair was involved in a devastating car accident. Richardson escaped with minor injuries, but Moore was tragically killed. The impact caused a tire from another vehicle to fly into their car, decapitating Moore on the spot. Adding to the eeriness, the accident occurred on August 13th, 1976, a date that coincided with Friday the 13th. While not as extreme, other incidents during production were unnerving. Several planes carrying production members were struck by lightning on multiple occasions. During their stay at a Hilton hotel in London, the crew narrowly avoided danger when the Irish Republican Army bombed the building just days after their departure. Similarly, a restaurant they planned to visit was bombed only minutes before their arrival. Even the animal actors in The Omen contributed to the film's unsettling atmosphere. Rottweilers were used in the movie, attacked stuntman Terry Walsh, and ignored their trainer's commands to stop. In another scene, Lee Remick's expression of terror during a baboon attack were genuine, as the animal's aggression far exceeded expectations. Now that we've explored the reasons why these three films are often labeled as cursed, do you believe the allegations hold true? Have you had any personal experiences after watching any of these films? If so, please feel free to share your stories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.